Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Brian here with another book review or book recommendation. Today, for this video, I'm going to talk about Batman the Long Halloween. Now, Batman the Long Halloween is not something new. It's pretty old. It came out, I think, if I recall correctly, in the 90s. My memory's a little fuzzy. But I have not read that in years. And of course now with digital comics and everything, it's so much easier to follow along. In fact, I subscribe to Comixology, which is an Amazon company for digital comic books. And you can get the entire Long Halloween. You can rent it for like $5 a month. And they're a pretty good company. They do pretty good with Marvel and DC all around, and with other publishers. So you can, subscribe to like a Marvel Unlimited or a DC itself. But I subscribe to this, and I get a pretty good selection across the board. And of course, I get some things that are not Marvel and DC that are still equally as good. So, one day I was just browsing and I saw they had the complete Long Halloween for Batman, and I read it, and reading it again for after so many years, back when you could only read it in comic issues or as one completed book, is still a great story arc. I think it's still good today as it was when it was first published. And I bring this up because they're finally looking to do an animated feature for Batman the Long Halloween. And Batman, his strengths really are these starter stories like The Long Halloween, The Killing Joke, A Death in the Family. A story arc which takes Batman to the near extremes. It's not simply wrapped up, it's complicated. He's even questioning why he's even being Batman. When you get those stories, you get gold, and The Long Halloween is nothing but gold. If I were to give it a rating out of 10, I would say it's an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, depending how much you love Batman. Definitely a must-read for any Batman fan or for any comic book fan in general. It was a really good comic book, and in reading it again, I felt like a kid again, and it's thanks to Comixology that I could just download the whole series and read it straight through every issue. And for those who haven't read it, here are the spoilers. An assassin is killing off Carmine Falcone's family and associates on every holiday of a month, beginning with Halloween. And Batman, Harvey Dent, and Captain Jim Gordon, over the course of one whole year, try to figure out who is the murderer called Holiday. And it has Batman questioning everything, questioning everyone. Harvey Dent in this illustration is a real interesting character. He's the district attorney. He's working on the case. He's suspecting Bruce Wayne. He's getting more angrier and more agitated as the case goes on, and he's really starting to fall. And we see him turn into Two-Face. But he's not. He doesn't turn into Two-Face in terms of being a supervillain. He turns into Two-Face in being sort of an anti-hero, because he now goes after the people who wronged him, and who he was like, I tried to put you in prison as district attorney, but the system just didn't work. So now I'm going to take matters into my own hand. He doesn't really just go to Two-Face and become a villain in that sense. And it's a real interesting take on that character of Harvey Dent. And then, spoiler, his wife ends up being the killer in the end. But like I said, DC months ago announced that they're making an animated film for Batman The Long Halloween. I would love to see Kevin Conroy voice Batman for this if he's willing. I think that would be great. If we could bring Mark Hamill to voice Joker for the bits that the Joker's in, would even be even greater. But yeah, and so that's Batman: The Long Halloween, a must-read for any, not just comic book lover, Batman lover, but if you are a lover of good stories, Batman: The Long Halloween. It's still good today as it was the day it was published. So go check it out. You can get it digitally. You can get it in one whole graphic novel, book, or maybe you're old school and you have each of the issues. I know I have a few issues that survived over the years in my comic book collection, but it was really nice to just read it digitally. Part 1 through the last part and see everything. So shout out to Comixology for that. And yes, I'm simping for sponsorship. But that being said, yes, check out Batman: The Long Halloween, and hopefully the animated movie comes soon. And I think the Batman: The Long Halloween can be a good live action film if they did it right with the right actors. But anyways, that's enough for this video. Catch you next time. I'm out.